Welcome back, folks. Anastasia with Measure Square here. Today's module will be an advanced module on Protect All flooring and all of its accessories. So, as you can see here, I have a restaurant. We have laid the flooring for the dining rooms and the restrooms, and we are going to only be providing Protect All for the kitchen and bar area, any wet area, essentially. So, this drawing doesn't clearly depict where the drains are, but given the layout of the kitchen and the bar, we're going to assume that there definitely are floor drains. So we're going to quantify those as needed. So as you can see over here on the upper product database area, you can see that we have some Protect All finishes already built out for you. And so I pulled those into my project items. So you can see I'm going to be using the 5 foot by 8 foot panels. I'm going to be using rapid weld because we want a seamless sealed floor. With Protect All, you do need to make sure you are quantifying the two-part adhesive, and we are going to be using the Protect All cove base along with the weld and Z-bar, and then the Protect All drains and drain rings along with the Protect All transition strips. So we're going to be quantifying all of these finishes in these two areas today. So first and foremost, let's talk about how we actually need to quantify Protect All panels. If I just drag and drop into an area, you can see that it's going to give me a stacked pattern. All of these tiles are going to have four corners touching. Protect All does not want that as a best practices install. You absolutely need to offset these panels by a minimum of 1/3 offset, but it's even better if you do like a bricked pattern or a 50-50 offset. So let me go ahead and remove that product from our kitchen. And to get that pattern, we're going to go ahead and right click on the Protect All panels. We are going to choose Design Pattern Width. And you can see with a single click, we can get that 50-50 offset pattern already. Then I can save it to my project. I always like to call it what the designator is, which is PA1, and then how it's being laid, which is bricked. Once you click OK, then it's already assigned to my mouse. All I need to do is click inside those spaces. Now, as you can see, it is a little bit off. I want both of these to flow uninterrupted. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select one space, doesn't really matter which. I'm going to choose pattern position, and I'm going to choose the pattern position in the adjacent space so we know it flows uninterrupted. Moving on. Now we need to add our rapid weld at our seams, right? Unfortunately, we can't do this by using an add-on. The system doesn't allow for that because of where this is going to be quantified. So instead, I'm going to scroll down into my patterns. I'm going to find my PA1 and I will double click to open that pattern. You can see that I have a grout product. And if I click the drop down, looks like it's not listed here. That's because it's not as an add-on. So I need to go into that product and click is add-on, save. Then I can go back to my pattern and now it will be listed. Perfect. So grout product is going to be that weld. This is going to occur for any time you have a tile product that you need to quantify weld at the tile edges. Make sure your grout width is set to 0 because your installer will need to dry fit it where all of the tile edges touching. If you add a grout width, it will space out those tiles. So grout width of 0. Go ahead and click save. And now if I stop and hover, you can see we have a quantity for the linear footage of weld. Moving on, we need to capture the cove base with weld and Z-bar. The reason we have it dialed to one single product is due to the fact that all three of these products are going to have the same exact quantity. So unless you really need a single line item for each and every piece, there's really no need to have three separate lines. So I can just simply click and drag, click and drag. Once that gets there, we're great. Now, one quick thing is we do have a doorway, so that way we could draw these spaces accordingly. And one quick thing, when you have tile to tile with Protect All on both sides of the doorway, remember that weld is not going to automatically be quantified. So I'm going to grab that rapid weld and I'm going to just put it at the doorway, just so that way we know, again, we are creating one seamless flooring system, even though it spans across two different separate rooms. Next is going to be floor drains. So floor drains are going to occur pretty much anywhere where we're going to have a lot of wet areas. And then overall in the space, there's probably one in the kitchen and one in the bar. That's just for in case. So I'm going to click and drag out my floor drain with drain ring. You can see I made it a drain symbol, so it's nice and clean for your installers. So we can assume that it's going to be off to one side. This looks like a prep area and no water. So more than likely, this is a sink. It's going to end up being on this side. This looks like a dishwasher. So it's probably going to be somewhere near here. We do an input count of 1. There's probably going to be one more in this space. We'll go ahead and just drop it just so that way we can ensure that we have the second one. And then there's probably going to be somewhere fairly centrally located in the bar. So once we get all of those done, we can right click to end the tool. And now we have quantified all of our drains. If there are different sizes and or shapes of drains, you will want to duplicate your floor drain and drain wing product and really note the shape and size. You can see if I stop and hover that there is a note in there for shape and size for each. And if you so choose, you can also change the symbol. If maybe you have a square drain in some areas and a round drain in others, you can change the symbol to reflect that. Last but not least is we are going to grab the transition strip, which is going to assume we are using the Protect All transition strip. All I need to do is click and drag that out and really just highlight those 2 doorways. Now, for me, I don't really feel like I can see that. So I'm going to actually double click on this transition strip and change the color to this really fun chartreuse color. And then that way it's really highlighted as far as where our transitions occur. So with that, we can go ahead and add a legend. We don't need to report the adhesives or the labor. Um, just kind of turn those off. In and out corners, we can turn off. Then I can click OK. We can kind of set that centrally located. And voila, you have effectively completed a Protect All takeoff. We have the floor panels laid out bricked, so that way there is no 4 corners touching. We've added the rapid weld at those edges of the panels. We made sure to quantify our 2-part adhesive. We added the cove base with weld and Z-bar at the top. We added floor drains and made sure to note the shape and size of those drains, as well as adding the Protect All transition strip at the doorways to another surface or another flooring. And with that, we are complete, folks. Thanks so much and see you on the next one.